Hi everyone, it's Jeff Hughes from Positive Change Counseling, and today I'm going to be talking about understanding ADHD. And I'm actually going to be breaking this up into two different videos. One is understanding ADHD in general, and the other is understanding ADHD and how it impacts boys versus girls. Now, this video is going to be broken down into three parts. One is the three types. The second is signs and symptoms, and third is treatment. So there are three types of ADHD. One is predominantly inattentive, lack of focus. Two is hyperactive or impulsive. And three is combined. The names are pretty self-explanatory. The inattentive, lack of focus means that the child has a lack of inattention, has problems focusing in class, and bounces from one thing to the next pretty quickly. Two, hyperactive, impulsive. It just, as it says, the kids move a lot and have problems sitting still and do things without thinking about consequences. And the combined is just a combination of the two. They're there pretty equally, and the kids have difficulty concentrating and focusing, as well as being hyperactive and impulsive. So the signs and symptoms, as we talked about the types, it's being a lack of focus, and that would be jumping from one topic to the next while talking, or when they're sitting down trying to do work, they're thinking about other things, they're drifting off and not paying attention, getting up and walking around. That would be somewhat impulsive. Hyperactive just means that they can't sit still and that they're just constantly on the go and on the move. The flip side to the lack of focus is something called a hyperfocus. And this is when a kid is able to sit and do one thing for a long period of time with difficulty getting his attention. And this could be playing video games, reading, playing Legos. It could be anything. As long as they absolutely love it, they are going to be focused on that, and you're going to have a hard time getting their attention. When parents come in and I'm like, well, this could be some ADHD, parents will say, but they're able to sit and do X, Y, and Z for an hour to 2 hours. And, what I then tell parents is, well, that's not usually within the norm. That a kid, isn't going to sit and read for 2 hours. That's, a bit of a hyper focus, especially when you call them and you can't get their attention. So the treatment is two things. One is medication, and the other is psychotherapy. With medication, it's typically treated with stimulants. That would be Ritalin, Adderall. Those are the two families. And they both come in short-acting and long-acting. That would be dependent on the psychiatrist and how your child reacts based on the different medications. Now, with psychotherapy, it is a combination of things. It is helping with executive functioning, organizing, staying on task, as well as impulse management, helping the kids with stopping and thinking about, okay, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And getting them to see how their behavior will then have a consequence, positive or negative. So with psychotherapy, I also suggest a lot of times a change in diet, getting away from processed foods, getting away from artificial food coloring, becoming more natural, whole grains. Just because the processed foods seem to have a big impact on a child's ADHD, they become a little bit more hyper and they have a lack of focus. The big thing is also sugar. Kids with ADHD love sugar because it gives them that up and it helps to calm them down. But when they crash, they then have a very difficult time with that, and those ups and downs become very difficult to manage. So when I have parents, I say, let's work on cutting out excess sugar from the diet, and let's go, fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, get a nice balanced diet. I hope that this has been helpful. We covered the types of ADHD, the signs and symptoms, and we quickly talked about treatment. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, I hope everybody stays safe and healthy.